Good afternoon, everyone. Our students have been at home due to this coronavirus pandemic, and as such, we have decided to find a way to reach the student at home. Um, so we decided to come up with a medium like this. And today we will be examining a topic in English language. We're taking English called a quantify. Okay, can you repeat after me? Quantify. Again, again. Good. Alright. Now, the word quantify has two pronunciation. Okay, so we have the British pronunciation and we also have the United States pronunciation. Okay, so I'm going to, you will repeat after me. Okay, it's not difficult. I've always told students that English language is not a difficult subject. Okay, it depends on your determination. Alright, so the British pronunciation is quantify. Can you repeat it after me? Say quantify. Again, again, again. Oh, that's good. Alright, so we've got the American, that is United States of America pronunciation. So we have quantify. Again, say quantify. So in the British, where you have the A sound, okay? So in the American version of it, in terms of pronunciation, you have the short sound, okay? That is the central vowel, alright? Yeah, so actually that is just a difference. The rules remain the same. And don't forget that we are actually taking the British as our standard, not American. And I've always told you, students, that most times what people speak is not actually the American English, but the American slangs. Okay, but that is not a topic that we'll be looking at examining today. We'll be looking at quantifiers. So we'll be taking the British pronunciation for the word. Now, in terms of definition, how do we define it? Well, actually, is a quantifier. Remember, you have to be mindful of your tenses. Your tenses is very vital, it's very important. Your tenses can make and at the same time can mar your expression. So if you're listening very well, you'll see my pronunciation. I said, what is a quantifier, not quantifiers. So if you are going to use the word quantifiers, so it means you have to bring the rule of Concord, okay? What do I say? No. I said you're going to bring the rule of Concord here. Singulars now goes with single verb. The same thing, plural now goes with plural verb. You know the rules, okay? Alright. Now, when we want to examine the definition, actually, what I mean is how do we define it now? So we say that a quantifier is an expression that indicates the scope of term to which it is attached. You didn't get me. Can we say together? Are you ready for that now? Okay. Now repeat it after me. Say quantify. Good. Is an expression. Good. That indicates the scope of a term to which it is attached. Good, you got it now. That's good. I love that. Now, you should ask the questions because we've got two major things to pick out from this definition. We have the word expression and we have attached. So, does quantifier has to do with an expression? Good. Now, this is a situation where our students don't actually tie yourself to a single definition. No. A good student will not look at that. A good student will understand what the teacher has taught and try to come up with a very relevant definition. So what are we trying to say? Is it an expression? Yes. Does it have to be an expression all the time? No. It could be a single word. It could be a phrase. And when we come to that, when we look at all the definitions, okay? Are you happy with that? I hope I'm not just rushing you. Good, thank you. Alright, so we have the word, the second one, which is attached. It means that the quantifier should be attached to something. Oh, okay. Should be attached. But we should ask a question here. Does it have to attach to something before or after? Good. When we get to the classroom, you look at that, okay? That nothing is difficult in life once you're determined, okay? Fine. Now we have the second video in terms of definition of quantifier. We say it's a word or phrase that is used before a noun. We got it now. It is used before a noun. Before a noun, is that suggesting something like a preface? We come to that. Okay, so we say it's a word or phrase that is used before a noun to show the amount of it that is being considered. Oh, that is considered. What does that mean? What is it that you want to express? What is it that you are puncturing in your sentence? Good. Now, if we look at the first one, it says it is used before a noun. That is a beautiful and excellent definition of what a quantifier is. It's not difficult. No, it is not difficult. Are you catching it now? Good. Now, when we get to the class, we look at some samples and we understand better what I am trying to say. Now, we say that also that it could be a prefixed operator. Now, a quantifier could be a prefixed operator. A prefixed. What actually is a prefix? That's another serious question that we need to answer. So, a prefixed operator that binds the variables in a logical formula by specifying their quantity. Then there is an idea. We've got some definitions now. So let's try to understand this well. A quantifier comes before a noun in a sentence. It could be a word, it could be a phrase, it could be a collection, in other words, a string of words in a sentence. So what actually are the importance? The importance we can just explain because it is better explained in a sentence form. Do you get what I'm talking about now? But in general, how can we define it? In general, we can say that it's a word, and that is, a quantifier is a word, a term, prefix, symbol, that what? Qualifies. Did you get that? I make mention of the word is a word, it's a term, prefix, symbol, that qualifies. And it is often used before a noun. Do you get it now? Are you sure you do understand what I have said? Are you sure? Okay. Now, if you're sure, can we go to the class? Alright. Alright, so we're now in the class. We want to examine some of what we have actually discussed. Okay. Now, we have, take for example, the examples that we've got on the board. We have some books on my table. Okay. There are some bugs on my table. Bugs on my table, so we are some. Don't forget one of the definitions that we talked about. Okay, we say it is often used before a noun. It's used before a noun. Okay, so we want to find it if actually it is true when it comes to explaining or analyzing what is referred to as quantify. Okay, so there are some bugs on my table. So if we have there are some bugs, this is a noun here. Okay, so we have this word. It means that this word is doing what is qualifying this word. Is qualifying this word. It's telling you the quantity. That it is not just a bug, but bugs. Okay, not just one, not just possibly from two. In other words, it is not just one. Now we have some bugs, but we can make this a singular. So it means we have to change this word, we have to change this word, and we have to change this word. So we can now say, there is a book, alright, on my table. Do you see that? Did you get it? Alright. So it means the noun. I try to explain to you all the time when it comes to concord. Okay? Now, here we've got there are books. Now we're changing this one, we're changing this two, we're changing this three. Okay? So now when you come down here, we have the one, the two, the three, 1, 2, 3. So this becomes the becomes the is, the some becomes the and the books become book. So we can't use this again. Alright, so we can say that is a book on my table. So this becomes a quantifier. It tells you that it's just one. But here it tells you that the books are more than one. Is that taken now? Okay, so we have number two. We have number two. We have she has much money with her. Can you repeat after me? Can you say she has much money with her? Yeah, she has much money. Oh, do you know we can easily say she has money? She has money. Okay, she has got money, she has money. Beautiful sentence. But we want to quantify, okay, the volume, the size of money that she has got. So we say she has much, all right, money. So this becomes quantifying. This becomes a quantifier, trying to give you more details in terms of volume, the size of the money. Okay. Now we have a third one. My father has more friends than my mother. Is that true? Okay, but we're not looking at that, okay, because I do some students who will be arguing now and then. How do you know?